hello, people out there. Okay, you know what? Today we are bringing something different this time around to you. Wonderful and great people beside me here. By my left here, I have this great, handsome, good-looking guy. His name is Olawale Araba. To call it full, Olawale Araba. Enifeni Lamfe. Okay, he's a great guy. And to my right, I have my friend, my partner. He's my brother. I have Samuel Odusoya. You know what? Today we'll be talking about something very, very wonderful. And the topic says it's never late until you are late. Do you know that sometimes I've been hearing this word where people say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. And someone once said most people die at the age of 25 but get buried at the age of 60. And I started asking myself this question, that what is the correlation? What are these two people trying to tell us here? It says that a lot of young people out there, even though they are very young, they are not fulfilling purpose. They are not fulfilling destiny. So they are only waiting until it is 60 years old, or probably until they are 70 years old, to get buried. But they've died. They died a long time ago. Which means by the time you are at the age of 40, and a fool at 40 is a fool forever. This time around, it's not just until you get to the age of 40. So you might end up being a fool even at the age of 20. So let me bring that topic today. Until never late until you are late. Fine. I am 50 years old. Or probably I am 25 years old. My mates are already in school, they're already in higher institution, and I'm still at home. I don't know what to do with my life. So, does that mean that the world must end because of that? Oh, my mates are actually doing fine in business, and I have no idea at all. I don't even know. I don't know my bearing yet. Does that mean that that is the end of the world? So I think I'm talking to someone out there who is actually feeling that the world has ended because they can't find their place, because they can't find their foot into something yet. So I have these two guys here to join me in this conversation. So I won't be doing the talking alone. So let me start from Samuel. Samuel, what do you think one needs to actually do, even though you are not achieving what you actually hope to achieve?
All right. Thank you, Lincoln. I really appreciate the fact that you brought up this. I was very fascinated. Intimidated me earlier about it. I believe you just mentioned something that is very, very important. And of a truth, a lot of people, like the quotes that you just stated now, some people die at 40, but they are buried at 60. Now, that's a very pathetic situation. But do you know that a lot of people actually know that their state at when they get to 40, it's such that they cannot even make an achievement. That is the conclusion they make within themselves. And it boils down to the point that the problem everyone that is in this situation has had first begin with themselves. And it's also linked to the fact that the hope which you mentioned about, that the things they hope for, they just see that, these things no longer exist. But if only hope can come alive, then they'll begin to see how they can make a way and miss the things they consider to be challenges. Because certainly everyone feels, this is not happening the way it should be. This is the way I planned it to be. It's not just happening. And because of that, they cannot, from within themselves, just inspire themselves to now go forward and achieve what they want to achieve. You know, I came across a quote some time ago that says that until you challenge your limits, you don't know the extent to which you can achieve. What you feel is a barrier, what you feel is a limitation. If you don't go attempt to break beyond it, you will not know how far you can go. It is only in the mind that limitation are set. That is what I believe. It is only in the mind that limitation are set. If you can just strive to go beyond what you consider to be the limit, you will shock yourself. You will surprise yourself. There are a lot of people who should be far ahead where they are now, but if they would just approach what they consider to be challenge, advance to go beyond that point, they will see that what they initially thought was impossible and was actually possible all the way along. Yeah, I want to add.
All right. Okay. You know what? For those who are actually watching this right now, you know, you're actually free to drop your questions, your comments. Probably you have suggestions, recommendations to this topic. You are free to just do that, and you're also free to click the like button. You are free to share this video to your contacts so that they can also join us in this wonderful discussion. Okay, let me move a little bit towards this direction. Mr. Wale, we are actually talking about, you know, what it takes for people to actually live beyond this mindset that, oh, it is finished. Oh, I can't do this again. Oh, I am too old. Oh, I don't have the skill. What exactly do you think? What's your contribution rather to this topic?
Firstly, I would like to say a very big thank you to Mr. Lekon. You have been a very I know you are very so as to viewers for viewing this. You know, trend I've got some age, I've not made it, 18, I've not made it 20, I've not made it 30, I've not made it 40. From there they felt they cannot make it anymore. So in that regard, it's just fall back to the individual mindset. Is all, and I think from that aspect, I would like to pick this point out, like to point it out. All these things goes back to where you grew up from, your environment, your kind of childhood, your friend, who are your associates, where do you go to, what kind of people do you mingle with, what is your mentor, who is your mentor, what is your hobby, what are things that you like best. This will determine your mindset, and your mindset doesn't mean you can do all things, but it's still based, fall back to you that this is what I think I'm capable of doing. So in terms of referring back to your question, saying, a fool at 40, is a fool forever, I don't want to believe in that, because we can have the project of, not too young to run, and we have catch them young, and we have other activities like that we can actually engage with. Why not? We can do all things. All we want is right on our fingertips. Most especially now that we are in the technology, in the technology age. What do we think? Whatever we want, we can just get it right. So I think all we need here, maybe it's all because we are here in Nigeria. I think we should think outside the box, and as well, yeah, Nigeria is a very great country. We should think outside the box, and as well, believe that we can do it even without no one. If Nigeria can be anywhere in the world and then believe that, yeah, they can achieve it in Switzerland, they can achieve it in US, they can achieve it in UK, they can achieve it in Netherlands, they can achieve it in every part of the world, why can't they have the same mindset in their comfort zone, saying, yes, I, Olawale Araba, Enifemi Lanfe, I can do whatever I can do. I am, I am able to get what I want to get. I am a go-getter. I'm an achiever. I cannot, accept for, the disagreement.
Okay, let me.
So far so good. I mean, it's just good for us to just build our mindset.
Okay, thank you. Let me take it up from there. I think you've been able to clarify something here, that defeat starts from the mind.
Yeah.
Like you are the author of your own progress.
Yeah.
You are the author of your own success. How far you can go determine how far you can see determines how far you will go. So if you think, so I think that will bring me down to the ideology of people not really having vision. Because if you have a vision that probably is set to liberate lives, then you will know that regardless of how long it takes you to achieve whatever you're working towards, you won't give up until you achieve that particular set for yourself. Okay, to make this more interesting, I've been able to identify some personalities who actually made it a little bit late, like we would target a little bit late in life. And I have a list of some very fantastic people that I have written out here. The first person I have is Alan Sander. I know that name, some of us might not actually know that name, but if I mention KFC, that is Kentucky Fried Chicken, I am very sure that a lot of people would, oh yes, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yes, actually, he is the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. And you know what? This man succeeded after the age of 65. That was when he founded the first KFC in 1952. Did you hear me? That was at the age of 65. And now this is a vision. This is a product. This is an organization that had lived even beyond him. This was founded in 1952. This is year 2000. And probably if we should look at the countries where KFC is actually existing right now, they also franchise, they do all sorts of things, and it is wonderful. And the founder started this at the age of 65.
And that's interesting to know.
Very, very interesting. So you are actually 40 years old, and because they said a fool at 40 is a fool forever, and you admitted, you accepted what the public had given out to you. One of my greatest speaker once said something. He said, others' opinion of you should not be your reality. Yeah. You've allowed what people are saying about you to now know who you are. That is one. Okay, let's go to Samuel L. Jackson. This wonderful, fantastic man. I know some of us, if I mention that name, some people might not even know that name, but if I mention Avengers, you've been seeing the Avengers franchise, and that movie, it's so fantastic. But do you know what? Samuel L. Jackson, at the age of 46, he was a drug addict. He was just recovering from taking cocaine, heroin, and the rest before he now went into acting. And he got his first movie called Pulp Fiction, which he acted with John Travolta. But now Samuel L. Jackson is is up and doing. You know, it's a wonderful actor. He's one of my favorite actors. He's so good. So now,
Maybe because it's my namesake.
maybe because he bears Samson or Samuel also. Now let's move to Ray Kroc. Now this is one name that some of us might not be familiar with. But I know if I mention McDonald's, you know McDonald's, yes. But do you know that at the age of 53, this guy Ray Kroc was working with of McDonald's. He was working with them, but at the age of 59, he bought the first McDonald's. That was in the year 1961. But do you know what? McDonald's right now is a worldwide conglomerate. That I'm very sure that a child of 2-3 years old now already knows what McDonald's is, what they do there. And this guy bought the first McDonald's at the age of what? 59 years old. So you and yes, and he made it what it is now. So you are just 30 years old because one guy in your street is driving Benz. So you made other people's success the yardstick to your progress. So you think, oh, because he's driving Benz and I don't even have a bicycle. So you think you can't own an airport. So I had something, and the person said, someone who owns bread today and is making you I don't know the right word to use, and is showing it to you that I own a bread. The person does not know that with time you are capable of owning a bakery. So because someone owns a bread now and you are not eating, so you think that is the end of life, and you don't think you can actually own a bakery and feed more than one person. So another fantastic name is Stan Lee. This man just died of recent, and he was celebrated. So I know if I mention Stan Lee, I know some of us might actually still not know who Stan Lee is. But I know you'll be familiar with the Marvel movies, the likes of the Avengers. A lot of them fantastic. They have Spider-Man, Iron Man, and mention them. Black Panther that was celebrated last year, and he hosts a lot of others. But do you know what? This man had his first breakthrough at the age of 40 when he wrote his first comic titled Fantastic Four. I can't forget that comic. Fantastic Four, you know, the man that stretched, the one that goes invisible, the one that changed and Ben that is very strong, and the one that changed to fire, and the rest of them. You know, some of us grew up, knowing, watching this comic at the age of 40. At the age of 40. But do you know what? He was celebrated till he died.
Yeah, so to buttress this, Mr. Lepon, I think success is not by age.
Yeah. At all.
Success is not by age. Achievement is not by what you have. Mm-hmm. It's all about what you have acquired. So far, so good. I think it's very good for us to just keep focus, have your vision, have plan, list it out, and then see it as after the order. Pragmatically, you achieve what you. It's not like what I use in my DP. I just wrote it, so the inspiration just came. So I thought I should just. The road is not for the swift. It's for those who walk and then pray. Have faith in it, so as to put that work into production. You cannot just have faith without work. Can never work out to have cash. So what am I trying to insinuate is that it's good for us to just keep focused,
Focus.
knowing what we want and go for what we want. Though we might have some other distractions. Distractions can be like, please, my daughter needs school fees, and but then there are ways you still have to let there be that vision, because if there is no dream, there is no achievement.
Talking about dream and talking about focus, that would take me to this wonderful man called Henry Ford. I know some of us hearing the name Henry Ford, you might be wondering, Ford, I know Ford somewhere. The Ford Motors. The Ford Motors. You don't know what this man was so focused on his vision, and he kept on working and working and working on it, that it seems like he was never going to achieve what he was working, what was working on. But at the age of 45, he had a breakthrough after producing the Model T Ford in 1908, and that was when it was as if there was an explosion in the US, and Ford was one of they call them one of the people who took America out of recession, and he wrote history because of what? Because he was also focused and never gave up. Another person that I would also mention is one wonderful woman called J.K. Rollins. Actually, I can't even remember her real name because I know that was just a pen name. J.K. Rollins is just a pen name. And for those who don't know who J.K. Rowling is, I know you know Harry Potter. This man wrote the famous Harry Potter at the age of 36. After a lot of rejections, after people were unable to accept writing,
Publishers were turning
that down. I said, you know what? Maybe writing is not even my career. Then it's just drop it, and maybe she will be doing something else now, and we will not even know who she is. Yeah. But you know what? Because of someone like J.K. Rowling, because she wrote Harry Potter, a lot of people in the world now want to become wizards. Yeah. A lot of people want to move around with wands. They want to turn themselves to cockroach, or probably turn themselves to the richest man in the world. Because of and now we have one new movie. Something I can't remember the title. Something Beast and Where to Find Them. It's one wonderful movie also written by J.K. Rowling. Now, on the last note, I have one old person called for the science students. You will know who Charles Darwin is. Charles Darwin was one who said we all evolved from monkeys. But do you know that Charles Darwin actually succeeded at the age of 50? He didn't write this theory when he was 12, as it was usually portrayed to us that most of these intelligent people started very they wrote earlier. But it was at the age of 50 that he actually published the book that was called On the Origin of the Species, where he spoke about humans evolving from animal, from monkey, from ape. But you know what? Outside all these people, all we're just trying to tell you today is this: no matter what you have been told, no matter the situation you find yourself, it might seem as if it is not possible. Like Nelson Mandela said, he said, it always seems impossible until it is done. It always seems as if you will never achieve it. But until you get to that point and you get that strike, and it's like, yes, I made it. Yes, I got it. Yes, I have made it. And at that time, the age does not count. What counts at that moment is the success. So, if you give up right now, you would never know what you would have been able to achieve if you had continued striving out loud.
In other words, you have to always keep to your focus. Never give up.
Mm-hmm.
Never say never.
Never. That is the word.
And to add to that, don't let your background keep your back on the ground.
Thank you. That's so
Now,
deep.
those that Legal has just mentioned now, oh, you could be fast to mention that they are not Nigerians, they are not Africans, they are whites, those of the Westerners. They have the opportunity and the privilege. Thank God that in recent times, people have begun to see that though you are in Nigeria, that doesn't mean that you should live, in poverty. It doesn't mean that you should live below your expectation. Life has given to everyone equal chances, even though sometimes challenges would try to deprive you of some, but you have a right to do what? To get it from them. Now, there is something that I read somewhere. I might not be able to quote it precisely, but there is a point that what life itself, I bargain with life for a penny. And I decided to work for life, and life is willing to pay me. And then at the end of the day, I decided to request for my wage. It was then, after the old days job, I now discovered that whatever it is I have bargained with life, life was freely and also willing to give. That means life will give to you what is justfully entitled, what is rightly just for you to receive. But one thing that you need to do, keep the hope alive. It has also been said that you should do trust. Also have a vision. Don't let your dreams, don't let them just diffuse into the air. Keep them alive. Let our dreams come true and keep pursuing. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Your age, as we have said, and I'm still emphasizing, does not count. All the names that have been read out, Charles Darwin and the rest of them, they have achieved it even when people do not even look in their direction.
Yes.
We were not expecting them to do anything, and they came out and they were able to what? To strike and to achieve something. And no one says that you cannot achieve anything. It is up to you to determine whether you will be an achiever or you'll be a mediocre. The choice is yours to make. The choice is yours to make. So, and now is the time to act. Not tomorrow, not next month, not next year. Now is the time that you will make sure that your age does not really matter what you achieve. And back to the fact that your background might not be something to write home about. That should not be a limitation. Don't set your background. Don't look at, oh, my parents did not have money. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I wasn't born with a golden spoon. That does not count. Because at the end of the day, when you hit it big, when you make the achievement, and your name is written on the rocks of time, not even the sand of time, you would come to see that no one will care whether you came from a poor background, from a poor location, but actually, it's the fact that you have been able to come to this life and you have been able to make your life count. That is what matters. That your life counts. That is what every one of us should pursue. That is what every one of us for. As long as you are alive, you still have what it takes to make it.
You know what? Okay, because
all
right.
To buttress my fellow
discussants.
Yeah, so to say, life is very simple. And I think the way we handle the life is the way life will handle us. So to buttress him, I think, we all have to convey such kind of opinion that we all are contributed, given as an advice to the masses, listen to us. So we are not really saying we are perfect, because I believe deep inside of me that only one that is perfect is God. We are only trying our best to be perfected through the Bible, Quran, any Bible, whatever you believe in. But I am a Muslim. I practice my culture, and I as well have what it takes in Bible, like I've gone through it A to Z. So I want to advise people listening to us there that it is good to always go through Bible. If you are a Christian, read it effectively, let it dwell in you, make use of it, meditate in it day and night. You will surely, get more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how to be successful in life in it, so as to Quran. So I want to urge us. That's where I got more, enlightenment, because there is nothing that has happened on earth that has never happened in the Bible, according to what I read, in the Quran, according to what I read. So I want us to cultivate the habit of just having the fear of
Put God first.
God first.
Yes.
God first.
Don't act on your own knowledge. There's a need for the God factor to also work. Yes, to come into that journey. But that is when you can actually put things right. You know what? We would like to bore you with what we have to say, because the truth is, if we should continue like this, we have a lot to say, and we'll keep on going and going and going. We might never end this discussion. But for those who will be saying this, you might want to ask questions. You might want to know what needs to be done. You might want to have a one-on-one discussion. You might need, just, you know what, just put, you can just questions, if you have questions, through the comment. But if you think these are questions that you don't want people to see, be free to chat us any day, anytime. And you can also take advantage of the platform called Co-op Solution. This is one wonderful platform that we are trying to also bring together to help people get solutions to issues that concerns them, issues that affect them, so that we all can live a more productive life, so that we all can live a more fulfilled life. So be free. You can also go to the page Co-op Solution on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on our social network, even on LinkedIn, and also connect with us, so that we take this platform to bring people closer to experts, professionals who will give you first-hand advice. You can also chat us on WhatsApp. I will drop the phone number on the comment section, so you can give us a chat on WhatsApp if you want to have discussion on a very, very confidential manner. Trust me, whatever is being discussed remain where it was discussed and never move out. So you might want someone to talk to. We are also available to talk to you. Be free to send us a message. You can drop your questions, and please don't forget to click the like button. Just to hold it so that you can get the love button. So we'll be happy when we get the love icon instead. That will let us know that we are being loved by you and not just liked by you. Then be free to also share this video to people in your network. Then let me leave you with this word. Remember that life is short, very short. Live it in fulfillment every day. Thank you so much. My name is Nawa Ojiola Mileko, and I have Samuel and I have Wale with me. It has been so wonderful, talking and sharing knowledge with these guys. Thank you so much, bro.
Yes,
I appreciate
and
it.
a final word from me: keep whatever inspires you, keep it within view, and don't forget to always have faith, to have hope, and to also have love. These three things are very important.
Finally, final note from you, please.
Finally, think wisely, keep focused, never say never. That's all.
Keep wisely, keep focused, and never say never. And you know what? For me, keep watching and keep hoping and keep looking out for something wonderful like this to come to you any day, anytime. And note, we are not motivational speaker. So people will ask me, are you a motivational speaker? Pardon me, we are not motivational speaker. No, but you know what? We just want to inspire you to live right. and which is the most important thing. So thank you so much. Love you.
Same here.
Same here on your screen very soon. Thank you.